want tomorrow. I want tomorrow. I want tomorrow. I want tomorrow today.
What's up, Connections? My name's Landon Medina, and I'm joined here by Brian Kozak from LCCC, and we're going to be talking about the driver's ed program that we got going on here today. So, Brian, you want to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you?
Yeah, so my name is Brian Kozak. I am the instructor for the driver's ed program at LCCC. So I do the classroom portion of the instruction, which is about 30 hours of training. And then we have some very well-trained, experienced drivers, instructors that take the students out in cars for part of the program. So my history in teaching the class, I've been a law enforcement officer for 35 years, and most of that time was on a police motorcycle in Arizona. So I wrote a lot of tickets and made a lot of arrests for DUI. And so I like to share those experiences with the new students.
I bet. So you're not the one that goes, you're not the brave soul that goes in the car with him, huh?
Well, at times I do. So if we're short instructors or if they need a little more extra time, I'm happy to go out with them. And it is a lot of fun.
I bet.
Yeah.
Is it, it's got to be almost like a roller coaster riding with some of these kids, huh?
Well, sometimes it is, but you know what? We have really patient instructors that really work with the students to overcome those issues. And so the program is very successful. We put out a lot of good drivers.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So how long, this program, will you kind of explain just the overall details of the program and what someone will experience if they sign up for this program?
Yeah, sure. We have a wide range of students from high school kids that are just getting their driver's license to adults that maybe just need a little more experience in knowing the laws of Wyoming, or maybe they move here from New York and they've never driven. So we get all kinds of students in the class that want to learn all kinds of new things about driving. So driving is one of those skills that you really need to practice to be good at it.
Yeah.
And so our program, I think, is very good at teaching those skills so that you will be a good driver. Because let's face it, driving is probably one of the most dangerous things that people do in their lifetime.
Absolutely.
And, it is one of the leading causes of death for young people. And so we make sure our students eliminate that risk. They're safe drivers, and so they don't have to worry about that risk.
I like that. And especially like living in a place like Wyoming where driving is takes even more skill because of the weather that happens here.
Yep, that's true.
I never even I had no idea. It never even crossed my mind that people from maybe New York or places like that hadn't even had experience with driving.
Yeah.
It just seems kind of like a rite of passage here growing up in Wyoming.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's true. And especially here in Wyoming, you really have to drive to be successful here. I mean, our state is so spread out that you have to drive from one place to another. And our weather patterns here, unpredictable. So we really teach the students to be prepared for all those situations. They need to drive in any of those conditions and how to be safe about it.
Perfect. I like that. So when people sign up for this program, how long of a time commitment is this?
So it is a 3-week period.
week.
We have 3 classes a week. It's a 30-hour total classroom instruction, and then there's 6 hours where you spend with a driving instructor in 2-hour increments. So that's 3 different driving instructors that the students spend time with. And that's really, I think, the most important part of the program is really putting those skills to practice on the roadway, and then the instructor is right there giving you those instructions. So you're better when you get out of the class than when you started, for sure.
Yeah. So when you guys are doing it on road and you're driving with these people, do you drive them through town and on the interstate?
Sure do.
Okay.
Yep. So the first portion of the instructor is assessing skills. And so sometimes maybe you might not even leave the parking lot in that 2-hour period because the skills aren't as where we hope they should be by then when they enter the program. We hope they have some basic skills, but if not, we'll work with them to get them up to speed. But the first part is driving in the city, parallel parking, type of parking situations, basic reading of street signs and maneuvering corners and things like that. And then eventually we'll work up towards highway driving, a little bit higher speeds, and then interstate and going on and off the freeway, some interstate driving, driving around large trucks and so forth.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So you're talking about those. You hope that they have the basic skills when they get into the class. Can you kind of tell me what skills, like if I was watching this and I was coming to register for this class, could you tell me some of the skills that I should work up on before coming into your program?
Yep. So basic operation of the vehicle, knowing the basic controls of the car that you're going to be driving in the program.
Perfect.
For example, where the gas pedal is, where the brake pedal is. So
Can't use both feet.
Can't use both feet. So some of those basic things. I mean, we get students that don't even know that yet. So we have to spend some time with them. But we hope that the parents or whoever is helping them to learn those basic driving skills, at least they have that basic skill. So, how to position, hand position on the steering wheel, how to turn, speed going into turn. So those things that normally you should practice in a parking lot before you go out on the street.
Right.
And so hopefully you have at least that basic kind of skill, because I think it's really important for the driving instructor to really work with the student on the street in actual driving situations around other vehicles and cars.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So you're these people have to get out of the parking lot section first before you take them on the road, right?
Exactly. Yeah. We want to make sure they're safe to be on the road before we let them actually proceed on that step.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So you'd prefer them to come in with these skills, but if they don't have these basic skills, it doesn't disqualify them from your class or anything.
It does not. No.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
So how do people who are watching find out or register for your classes?
Yep. So you just go to the website of Laramie County Community College
Yep.
website,
Okay.
and then you should. What's that? Okay.
You call the office. Can you go online and do it as well? Okay, perfect.
It's we have a driver's ed page, so if they go to the reference page, there's a Register Now button. They can go there.
Perfect. And for those of you guys who don't know who is talking right now, that's Christy, and she is working behind the camera here and helping us out here. So
So a simple way to do it is just do a search for Laramie County Driver's Ed.
perfect.
That's it. And the Laramie County community college website will pop up, and you can see the pictures and the list of all the instructors that we have. We have some really good instructors, in-car driving instructors. Most of them are either police officers or retired police officers, so they have some really good experience.
Yeah, can teach you how to avoid getting a ticket.
Yeah, and in fact, we guarantee they will not bring their ticket book with them.
Oh,
So,
nice.
Yeah.
Like yeah. Oh man, that's it. That's a plus right there, huh? When do your programs run year round, or how does that work?
Yep. Every semester there are new programs. We try to run a driver's ed program at least once a month, and we take some time off for the holiday season. But generally, it's once a month we have a
Perfect.
class.
Perfect. Okay, and that's 30 hours in 3-week class, right? Isn't that what you said?
Yep, 3-week class. So generally, we do the classes Tuesday and Thursday nights from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m.
Perfect.
And then we'll do Saturday morning from 8 to noon.
Okay, and is the Saturday mornings in the classroom as well, or is the
Classroom, yes. And then you can sign up for your drive times with the driving instructor. We have just various schedules throughout the 3-week period. So day and night, weekends.
Oh,
So we accommodate all kinds of schedules.
perfect. So, perfect. That's really good being able to do that. Okay, so if someone is just getting started, what would you suggest one of their first things that they do?
Yep. So just getting started driving is one of the first things is to go online and read the driver's manual for the Department of Transportation, for the Wyoming Department of Transportation. They put out a really good manual. And then so you have to use that to study for your learner's permit.
Perfect.
Yep.
The written portion of the test.
Exactly. Yeah. And then you do have to have that permit before you actually enroll in the class.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. And then after you complete that class, you can go back and get your driver's license with the certificate of completion, or how does that work?
Yes. So we will give you a certificate of completion that you can take to the Department of Transportation to get your full driver's license, as long as you meet the requirements that they have by the state, depending on age and your driving hours that you have. In most cases, if you're a learner, you have to have a total of 50 hours that you've logged to give to the Department of Transportation. Along with our program, the benefit is you can get your driver's license earlier, and there's also, in most insurance companies will give you a big discount on your insurance rates if you've completed our program.
For completing the program. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so we will have links below. Chrissy will send us information with the phone number, with the websites, everything you guys need to do to register for these classes. Would you like to tell us anything else about the program before we end it here?
You know, I try to make the program very fun for all different kind of learning styles, interactive group activity. So we make the classroom portion really pertinent and based on, life experience, what they really need to know. I really try to hit home on accountability and making good decisions. For example, we spent a lot of time talking about distracted driving. We talk about impaired driving because those are really the leading causes of crashes.
Excellent.
And so we try to make sure our students know that, hey, that's a no-go in those areas. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's not just the cops being mean. Like, these are actually life-threatening situations that get people hurt.
Yeah.
I like that. So, Chrissy, do you have anything else that you would like to add on this? No? All right. Well, hey, thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
And so, guys, we'll have the information in the description below on this video here. And we just want to thank the college for coming in and teaching us about this. We really appreciate what you guys do for our community. I think that a lot of these programs are underappreciated for what the college is doing to give back to Cheyenne. So I just want to say thank you for that.
Well, thanks.
And thank you, Chrissy. And thank you, everybody, for watching. Once again, I'm Landon Medina with Connections. Have a good day, everybody.
I want tomorrow. I want tomorrow. I want tomorrow. I want tomorrow today.